So yeah, let us start the last topic, which is the SAC mobile part, SAC for mobile devices. So how to kind of use SAP Analytics Cloud mobile app and how to consume content that is created in SAC in the mobile application. So basic agenda is to create stories, how to kind of enable mobile, options for stories. Yeah, so nowadays it's very common for everybody to use smartphone to do almost anything with respect to the tasks. They can book a TV, they can book a movie ticket, they can book a train ticket, they can also kind of apply for leave, they can send an email to a colleague, via mobile app itself. So it makes sense generally also to have the analytics part also in the mobile. So that is the reason why SAP has come up with SAC application for mobile. With the world going crazy with smartphones, even business tools are available for mobile users. It is much user if the end users are able to access stories and dashboards in a single click on their mobile to get an instant look at their business and daily progress. So it makes sense kind of if they're traveling in a bus or in case if they are away from Wi-Fi or like office network, they can still kind of have their mobile applications and open the SAC app and can still consume the content. This gives them advantage. They can get the readily insights and the current status, what is updates going on with respect to business, what is the progress, everything they can get within a single click within a mobile application. So SAC has gone mobile to provide this feature to the end users. So SAP Analytics Cloud mobile application is available for both Android and iOS. So these are some of the requirements. So basically it requires iOS 14 or later. This is the latest version of Android. Yeah, it doesn't say that it doesn't work on iOS 13 or 12. It still works, but then you might experience some bugs, and because it's not the latest version of iOS, so there might be some fixes which is done by Apple. So it's always suggested to have the latest version of the Android or iOS operating system. So it requires iOS 14 and it is compatible with iPhone and iPad. Yeah, it requires an iOS mobile device with at least 2 GB of RAM. So basic requirement is like it should have 2 GB, else it might not be able to run certain things. And also iPhone 6s or later for the mobile. And for iPad is iPad Air 2 or later or iPad Pro. So these are the currently supported devices. For the best experience, use an iPad Pro or a mobile device with fast processor and a good data or Wi-Fi connection. So these are mandatory. As such, yeah, in order to process, you need to have good processor, and also data connection should be good in case if you want to kind of open and use the mobile application. So the device requirements for specific applications is like in case if you are consuming analytical applications, then it should be at least 3 GB of RAM should be there. Then optimized iOS stories. So you should have 3 GB of RAM minimum. Then non-optimized is like 2 GB of RAM. And digital boardroom, you should have minimum 2 GB of RAM. So if you see more or less, you need at least 2 GB of RAM for running the iOS SAC application. Similar to iOS, Android also, yeah, we need to have latest version, Android 9, 9.0 or later. Yeah, now I think we have Android 12, but from Android 9.0, there is still updates going on, and it requires an Android mobile with at least 4 GB of RAM. So if you see here for Android, it is more the RAM required, at least 4 GB. Then these are the supported devices. Samsung Galaxy, S4, Google Pixel. Yeah, other phones also supports OnePlus and yeah, what else? Oh, Vivo, all these mobiles, whichever running on Android 9 or later is still supported if you have this for 4 GB of RAM. So that is with respect to the device specifications. Then in case if you want to use single sign-on, SSO login is also available for users, and users can also enable their face or touch or face ID. In iOS we have this face ID, and yeah, in Android also I think nowadays we have this face unlock. So users can still enable and use it. Additional to that, SSO login is also there, which means that in case if you log in using your email ID, it should automatically redirect the application and you should be already authenticated. So that is a single sign-on. Yeah. Then, yeah, regarding the content, stories, digital boardrooms, analytical applications can be accessed from mobile device now. So strictly, these are the 3 types of objects that can be accessed from SAC mobile. We can't access, like smart predict, smart discovery, search to insights, data sets, data modeling. Such things are not possible. Only the end part of the visualization, which is the story, digital boardroom, analytical applications can be consumed. Analytical applications were also not supported till I think last year, but recently they have made some advancements, and then kind of currently it supports analytical applications also. So for an analytical application to be available for usage in mobile, it should have kind of an option enabled. So in case if you want to enable the analytical application for consumption in mobile, we need to enable that option, enable for usage in mobile. So only those analytical applications that have this option enabled can be viewed in the mobile app. Other analytical applications won't be showing up. So this is how the dashboard looks like when you open in a mobile device. So if you see here the title of the dashboard, then you have the tiles, which is kind of a numeric point chart, and then you have the bar chart. So some snapshots here. So you can have vertical alignment, horizontal alignment. Then this is how the line chart would be, like based on the calendar, month and year. So if you see here, there are different points like January 28, April 20, January 2018, April 2018, and all this. And you have the sales value per month. So on top, you have the sales and calendar month. So basically, this is like in case if the user wants to know what is the value when he clicks on a certain point, then it will show up here. So in the next screenshot, you can see we have selected this value, which is kind of for the May month. What is the sales? If you select this, if you put your finger and click this, then it will show up the value here on the top. So for every chart, we have this kind of feature where they can see clearly and understand what is the exact value. And additionally, we have input controls also. So in case if your story has dimension input control, story filters, page filters, chart filters, all those will show up in this input control panel. So it will be available on the top. We will see it when we download. So once we click on the input controls, this is how it looks. So whatever story filters that are available will show up here. Then page filters. Then in case if you have any other variables or something, then we can see it here. So once you click on this, you will be able to select the values. So I clicked on store. So you will see all the values that are available for filtering. Then you can select manually and then click on apply. And same thing you can do for searching also. You also have the search option. If you see for quarter, you have search option, and also we'll have all option here. Then at any point of time, if you want to revert the page filters to the default, you have this revert option, and this is for closing the input controls panel. So once you select and filter, we will see the data corresponding to that selection. We can also see tabular format also. This is how it looks. Similarly, bar chart. When you select the bar chart also, we can see the values for the corresponding selected type of bottle sold here, type of dimension basically. So additionally, you have this line breaks. So basically, if you have a certain value which is very far from the other values, then we can put axis break as such, so that the value will be remaining same, but the line will be shortened so that it look good, the bar chart as such. So that is the advantage of the line breaks. So this is how it looks when you open the home screen. So basically, the mobile app, when you go to Play Store, you will be able to search SAC mobile app, SAP Analytics Cloud mobile app. So basically this is the option, home screen. So in the home screen, you will have favorites. So as we have the favorites in our home screen, whatever objects you have marked as favorites will show up here. Then we have the search icon. Then we have the user preferences icon. Then below we have something called featured. Featured is something like if you want certain dashboards to be always available for the users on the home screen, irrespective of being favorite or not, then you can put it as featured. So whatever objects that are added as featured will always be available in the mobile app. Then we have recent. So basically, in case if you have worked some objects or some stories recently, then it will show up here. So then you have the navigation, home, and then files. So basically, home page is the one where we are still. Then if you click on files, you will see the files and folder structure, the same public folder and other folders. Then this is how a story looks. So basically, you have the numeric point chart and variance and bar chart, etc. So on the top you have filter icon where you can filter. Then you can also compare. So for example, you have certain bar charts in which you just want to select and then you want to compare this bar with the next bar. Just click the first one and then click on the second one. Also, one more thing is like this is the bar chart. So in case if you want to see it in a full view as such in the full screen in the mobile, so you can click anywhere on the chart and it will open in full view. The full screen will occupy and you will be able to see the values clearly. In case if you feel that the values are not displayed clearly or you don't have enough space to see things clearly, then you can click on it, and you can also kind of select the values. Everything will show up on the top also. Also, you can filter. Once you make the changes, once you click on close, the same changes will be seen here. So basically, the filtering or the sorting, all those things, you can do it in the full screen and then go back to the regular view to view that. But yeah, please remember that once you refresh the story, the changes are gone. Basically, because that's the user's perspective in the view mode, not in the development mode. So the changes will not be saved. Then this is for the tablet. So in case if you have iPad or any tablet, I don't know, any Android tablet, which is like Samsung Galaxy Tab or anything, you can view that view SAC app also in this. So if you see here, it is bit expanded because you have more width in the tablet. So you see the favorites, featured, and recent. And similarly, you have home page and then files, navigation. This is how the story looks in the in the tablet. So you have bookmarking feature also here. So in case if you have applied filters and you want to have that filter combination saved as bookmarked, so in case if you want to use it in future again and again, then you can use this bookmark feature. Then you have the refresh option. Then if you want to move to different pages, then you can click on this drop down and select the different page, or you can swipe on the screen so that the page changes. Then these are the regular controls that are available when you use iOS or Android, to go back or to minimize or to go to home screen in your mobile. Same thing when you click on a chart, that it will show in a full view. So if you see here in the right, when you select some values, you have all the options like ranking, sorting, then filtering, hierarchy, then line break, such options. These are the different screenshots for SAC mobile app, for Google Android mobile app. So now recently they have updated. So you see catalog also with the newer version. So in last session, we have seen catalog where we can publish styles for the users to consume. Then we have collaboration where you can message to other users, like you can chat. Then we can see notifications. So in case if you have certain notifications that are shown to your user, then you will see it here. The catalog you can see here in this screen. You have different tiles. So basically all the dashboards that are available, that are published to be visible for the user, you can see in the catalog items. Then this is a story view, which we have already covered. Yeah, you can also share it as a screenshot. You have the share option here. Then if you want to edit the screenshot before sharing, I mean, like once you take a screenshot, you want to draw some lines, you want to kind of highlight this part and write some comment, then you can click on this pen icon and do that. Then this is for hierarchy. If you have hierarchy, then you can kind of drill down or roll up to the next level, or lower in the granularity. Then this is to cancel, this is for line break, and this is for filtering. So any doubts till now?
Do we need to do anything like with the stories, like a special permission or to view it on the mobile?
No, by default, stories are available to be viewed on mobile. There is one option where we can enable optimized view mode or not. I will show you that. So
Okay.
you need to enable that in case if you want to use the new latest optimized view mode. But by default, all the stories are available for consumption. And also there is option to enable certain charts for mobile usage. I don't know if you remember it or not. I have shown it. So when you select some chart, in the context menu, in the three dots, you will see enable for mobile or not, mobile enable or not. So only the charts that are available as kind of enabled for mobile, then those charts only will be available for viewing in the mobile app. Others will not be available. It will not show at all. So by default, all the charts, all the widgets are checked. Only when you want to disable certain charts or text or any objects that are not to be displayed in mobile, then you should kind of manually kind of select it and disable it. I will show that.
Okay.
Or maybe I can show it now also. So by default, all the stories are kind of enabled to view in mobile. So all the elements also. So if you see here in the option, you have here mobile. So all the charts are by default enabled. If you disable it, this numeric point chart will not be shown when you are using mobile application. So similarly for each item, each object, you have the option. So there are certain limitations, like geomaps are not currently supported, like chloropleth layer. Then certain images are not supported. There are certain objects that are not supported in mobile usage. We will send the documentation. You can go through it and find it out. But by default, all the charts input controls, all the basic elements are supported to be viewed in mobile. And additionally, in case if you want to use that optimized view mode, yeah, then we can use it. And also there is option kind of, if you want to use it as an optimized iOS, you want to optimize for your iPhone, then you have an option here. So they have given some special references that will kind of adjust. So optimized iOS provides the same web view with a faster loading experience, but some stories features are currently unavailable. So this is currently under development. They are kind of improving the look and feel and also the way it loads in the mobile. So that is for our optimized iOS kind of an option. So by default, all the objects will be shown, but in case if you want to use that iOS optimized feature, then you can enable it and save it. So yeah, you need to remember that certain widgets and certain story features are not currently available because still it is under development. So that is the additional option here. Yeah, so that is the different screenshots that are available, how we can kind of view and consume the data. Then when it comes to development, how to design or develop mobile friendly dashboards. Yeah, if you remember, I have already told you that whenever you start a story, it is always suggested to start with a responsive page, because whenever using different devices with different screen resolutions, then yeah, the system will automatically kind of rearrange the tiles or objects within the dashboard to kind of fit the device screen size. So that is the reason why we will always choose to go for responsive layout. So SAC allows the usage of stories in mobile apps by providing the feature of using responsive page. The charts are aligned based on the resolution of the screen automatically.
Hey, ZaranTech now offers SAP corporate training? That's right. Train your workforce in SAP with our comprehensive program. We offer customized courses, certified trainers, and hands-on labs for both individuals and businesses. Our standout features? Bespoke training, fully configured servers for practice, in-house materials, and a dedicated LMS. Plus, get session recordings and 24/7 support. From functional to technical modules, we have got it all. Choose ZaranTech for SAP training and watch your team excel. Learn, upskill, succeed with ZaranTech.
So while creating a story with responsive page, initially two lanes will be added. So if you see in your story while you are creating, if you create a blank responsive page, you will have by default 2 lanes. So in those 2 lanes, you can add a number of widgets. You can also add up to 6 lanes in a single row. So in a single row, you can add 6 lanes, and in single column, you can add 10 lanes. So each lane occupies space of 6 grid space. So you have grids 1, 2, 3, 4, like rows and columns. So 6 grid space will be occupied. These lanes will control the arrangement of components on various devices. So it is suggested to use more lanes in case if you are exclusively designing a mobile friendly dashboard. Then you can put different lanes. What will happen is the system will understand and kind of arrange lane by lane. So that way it is easier for the user to also use it, so that you have all the sales in one lane, all the profit charts in one lane. So such differentiation is always good to have. So these lanes are displayed sequentially, where the widgets are displayed from left to right and top to bottom. So basically, whenever you have dashboard created, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lanes, for example. 5 charts are 5 lanes. So by default system, when you see it in a mobile, so it will start from the left side of the screen. From left to right, it will move. And in case if the space is not sufficient, it will put only 1 lane in the first screen. And once you scroll, you will see the second lane below that. Then third lane will be below the second lane, like that, like go on. So it is always suggested to design the dashboard from left to right, whatever the context you want to make the user understand. So you should always it is always suggested to start from left to right. And then once you kind of finish the row wise creation, then go for column wise. So that way, when the user views the dashboard in the mobile, he doesn't see the charts kind of misaligned, like one chart you see sales, one chart you see profit, which doesn't have any context between each other. So that's the reason you should always go from left to right and then top to bottom. So by default, system does that sequentially also. The responsive layout auto adjusts the width and height of the component based on the tile and size, which is proportionate to the screen size. So that is the advantage of responsive layout. It auto resizes, and it will kind of proportionately match whatever width and height you have provided in desktop to the screen size and kind of displays the content. So overlapping the widgets is not allowed. So in stories, you cannot overlap. Basically, it doesn't make sense to overlap because they cannot read the stories, read the widgets, or read the data clearly. So that's why overlapping the widgets is not allowed. However, in some scenarios like analytical applications, we do overlap, but that is to hide and unhide. So for example, you have put one chart like bar chart. On top of it, you can add table. So if you have seen in our example, we have tried to switch from bar chart to table by using a switch button. So in that case, one chart will be visible and the chart will be not visible. So that scenario kind of overlapping can be used. But however, at any point of time, you should not add two charts one above the other and keep both of them visible because it doesn't give a clear understanding. People will get confused and it's not a best practice also. So one of the example you see here, we have 4 lanes and 7 tiles. So in the left side you have 1 lane, then in the top you have 1 more lane, then bottom another lane, and 1 more lane will be below, and you have 7 tiles here. Each tile is like 1 box. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, let us see how the system tries to align when you see in different screens. So this is the desktop view. So you have the sales, bottles sold, gross profit, all the numeric point charts on the left side, and then right side you have the bar charts, and below you have the line chart or the calendar map. So when you move to the different devices, the small devices like mobile phone, one single tile occupies the whole screen and the components within this lane stays together. So basically when you move from desktop to a mobile phone, for example like a smaller phone like which is 7 inches or 5 inches, iPhone mini, or you know maybe in Samsung, I don't know, but iPhone mini is kind of close to 5 inches. So if you use such phones, then the screen size is very small. So in such scenarios, the single tile occupies the whole screen and the components within this lane will stay together. So basically the objects that are there in one lane will stick together. And if you open the same thing in medium devices, then maximum of 3 lanes can occupy the entire screen. So maybe like, yeah, top to bottom, 1, 2, 3 in the screen. Then when you open large devices like tablet or something, then up to 6 lanes can be opened. Even for desktop, I think it is 6 lanes at a time. So the component itself adjusts based on the screen size. So this is for responsive layout. Based on the screen sizes, it will align. Then I just shown you the option to disable usage in mobile. If the tile is disabled for mobile, it will not be shown in mobile devices and its space will be occupied by the next component. So basically you have the dashboard wherein you have the sales and you don't want to show this bottle sold, sales numeric point chart. Then you can disable this for the mobile usage. Then when you're viewing it the mobile, ideally this is all one lane, so it should show 1, 2, 3 from top to bottom. In case if this is disabled, then this space will be occupied by the next corresponding tile. So basically the third tile will come here and it will be shown here. So that is the alignment how the system does. The stories in mobile can only be viewed in portrait mode for iPhones and landscape mode for iPads. So this is currently a restriction where you can view portrait mode only for iPhones and landscape for iPad. So application doesn't support orientation. So device preview options. I think we have seen this in story also. There is option to view the device preview where we can kind of find out how my story looks when I view it in mobile or when I view it in the tab. So there are 3 types of devices like web for large devices. So this is for our desktop where we use web browser to consume the content. Then other one is like phone for small devices, then tablet for medium devices. So under each device you can choose size to preview the story, font size of component. So when you are viewing in the device preview, you have only 2 options, like what is the size you want to put for each widget and then font size for each widget. So that these are the 2 options that are available when you view it in the device preview. So this is how it looks. So we have kind of covered it while viewing the story options. So you click on this device icon. So the system will open this page where you can select type of device, phone, tablet, or web page. Then size also small phone, large phone, or large tablet. Then you will see the each pages that are available. In the styling panel, you have the option to kind of size, move the size from one point to another for the font and reset it. As of now, these are the only options available. So this is exclusively for adjusting for the mobile screen, not for the whole page. So you can also navigate to different options and then kind of view how it looks for the mobile users. So this is for the TV. So they have selected HD TV, and then in the TV you are selecting a web browser. So this is how it looks. Then this is for the tablet. So by default, the tablet, it's the landscape mode, and this is for a large iPhone. So if you see here, the sales chart and bottles sold or gross profit, all these three charts are kind of one below the other. And also this is one single lane, and the bar chart is another lane. And in that, multiple objects will be aligned. Then coming to the comparison, SAC components and mobile app support. So basically all the KPIs that are available can be viewed in mobile. It is supported. Charts are available. Then table limited support is there. Not all tables, all time templates of tables are available. Then filter input controls also limited support. Images, it's supported. Shapes are supported. Then clock is not supported. R visualization is not supported as of now. Symbols are supported. Text is supported. Text is limited support. GeoMaps limited support. So when it says limited support, I think chloropleth layers are not available. Only bubble geomaps are available in the geomaps that are useful or it can be viewed in the mobile screen. Even hyperlinks also has limited support. Dynamic page, story filters, everything is kind of limited support. What are the current limitations with respect to the mobile screen? So some features that are not supported for mobile devices or multi-line charts titles. So if you have chart titles which goes like 4 lines or 5 lines, such chart titles cannot be shown. So basically it's always good to have a single line title for the chart. Then smart insights is currently not supported. Footers are not supported. Dynamic images are not supported. And dynamic text is also not supported. So in case if you change some filter and the dynamic text should be changed automatically. So currently it is not supported, but probably in future it might be coming up in the mobile devices also. So overall, you can use mobile application features of SAC to create your own scenarios, and as the product matures, we can get more updated features from SAP. So with respect to feature compatibility, with respect to iOS, iOS Touch ID is supported. So iPhone X does not include Touch ID. So in case there is no Touch ID, then iOS Face ID will be used. So that is also available. iOS notifications, it's available. SSO is there. So for SSO, after you sign for first time, once you log in for the first time, only the application password is required. So basically, it doesn't require to enter login and password every time when you open this mobile app. The first time when you are kind of setting up or kind of registering your tenant in the mobile application, only then the single sign-on will be requested and you need to add the login and password. Then once you kind of log in for the first time, the application password you will create one application password. So every time, next time you log in or open the mobile application, only this app password will be required. So in case if you want to kind of make it fingerprint or touch ID or face ID, that is also available. So it doesn't need to be like you enter email ID and password every time you open the mobile app. Then different languages are supported, like Chinese, traditional Chinese, English, French, German, Hindi. There are certain languages that are supported to be used in mobile. Then reverse proxy, there is some limited support. So in case if you are using import connection and then kind of consume these stories, there is some limited support there. Then MDM. So all these kind of are technical details for the admin. So mobile application management, in case if they are using this kind of VMware AirWatch, Intune, Microsoft Intune. So basically every company will have their set of applications, mobile applications, which is hosted in the Intune store. So in case if you want to host SAC application in the Intune store, you can also do that. Then SAP Digital Boardroom, there is some limited support. Story filters are not supported currently to be viewed in Digital Boardroom in mobile app. Story styling overrides, create story styling which is available in the Digital Boardroom. It overrides the canvas that is available, and currently kind of the story rules are not available, and styling is also not kind of fully available for support in mobile. And imported data refresh, it is available. Live data refresh, limited support. So basically, there are certain kind of things needs to be set up for mobile also. Like you need to have this type of authentication, SAML SSO. In case if your backend does not have any authentication, then it is not supported. It should by default have this SAML or username password type authentication. So yeah, the non-authentication option is not supported in any scenario. Basically, if you have a database which is kind of open to everyone, whoever kind of logs, clicks on the URL or kind of opens the database for connection, if they can connect, then such scenarios are not available by default. Only the SAML single sign-on or username and password type of authentication is available to be consumed in mobile app. So only existing path connections are supported. New path connections can no longer be created in SAP Analytics Cloud. Currently on mobile app, SAML SSO will prompt the user for username and password. Then once you kind of enter username and password for the first time, the certificate will be imported within your device. Then from next time, as I said, there is no required to enter username and password. Yeah, then coming to offline mode, there is limited support. So this is kind of useful when you have opened a dashboard in your mobile app, and if you move to a location where there is no data connectivity and you still want to consume the dashboard, then offline mode you can open. The system will show the cached version. So basically, cached data is supported in iOS airplane mode. You must have first connected and loaded the data once. Any chart or story that is loaded are cached. For example, if you have filtered a country in Canada, then the results will be cached. So once you kind of open the dashboard and do some filtering, then certain data which is shown already will be cached in this mobile application. Then whenever your net disconnects or there is no internet connectivity, the same version will be shown. The story data is, please note that the story data is kept cached for in the device for 7 days when offline. Afterwards, it will be removed from the cache. So in case if you are online again, you can go back to the settings and clear the cache to kind of manually download the latest cache or latest data to the cache. Yeah, when you're offline, the only way to remove story data currently is to delete the mobile app. So when you're online, you can go to settings and clear storage, but when you're offline, the only way to kind of clear the data is to delete the mobile app from the device. However, it's not required as such, but there's an option also. Then orientation, yeah, iPhone, since it's a mobile device, kind of it is available only in the portrait mode. Charts are supported when it is open in full screen for landscape, but whole application, all the basic visibility is through the portrait mode only. But for iPad, it is landscape mode. Then with respect to the different story elements, responsive pages are supported. And then if the story has a combination of responsive and non-responsive pages, only responsive pages can be opened. For example, yeah, only canvas and responsive pages can be seen. Grid pages are not supported for mobile page. So in such scenarios, yeah, it cannot be opened. So yeah, that is the thing. Then yeah, I think I missed it. Only responsive pages are supported, not the canvas and grid pages. So basically, if your story has a responsive page and then canvas page and grid page, only responsive pages can be seen. Canvas and grid pages by default will not be seen because it is not supported. Then data exploration view is not supported. So in case if you have created some explorer views for the user to kind of do some data exploration, it is available only in the desktop version. In the mobile version, it's not available. Then KPIs, it's available. So KPI means the sales, the numeric point chart. That is the type of chart we have. That is a KPI. Then grid pages, KPIs, yeah. Then charts, yeah, it is supported. Predictive forecast is not supported. So in case if you are having a time series chart or if you are having a calendar chart which kind of has predictive forecast in the desktop, then such charts kind of prediction does not display in the mobile application. Then footers is not supported. Then scaling is not supported. Then for table, there is some limited support. So table rows and columns are initially truncated, showing only a preview. Then yeah, so based on the screen size, it will show, for example, your table has 10 columns. And if you're opening an iOS medium device like iPhone 6 or 7, then yeah, four or five columns will be shown in the beginning. In case if you want to see the whole table, you can click on this icon, full screen, to expand it full screen, and you can see the full details. And also in full screen mode, there is a limitation for the number of cells, 10,000 table cells that can be displayed with an upper limit of 1,000 rows and 1,000 columns. Currently, tables based on planning do not allow you to kind of make changes to the model data with the mobile app. So currently, planning is not supported as of now in mobile app, so you can't change the data. Then with respect to the variables and prompts, BEX variables and prompts are not supported. Then images are supported, shapes are supported, text, limited support because dynamic text is kind of not available as of now. So if your story or tile uses an unsupported source, the tile is not displayed on the mobile. Dynamic text elements from other sources are supported. So there are certain sources that are not supported. Then we have the clock, that's also not supported. RSS reader not supported. Then GeoMap, as I said, there is some limited support. So some of the features of GeoMap are not currently supported in mobile device. Like if you use the transparent dark gray or night theme base maps. So if you see in the GeoMap, we have option to kind of change the theme. So the base map theme, so transparent gray or nighttime street map, that type of theme not supported now. Only the light gray is supported now. So whenever if you have used dark gray or this nighttime base map, so by default the fallback map will be light gray when you use it for mobile. So by default system will try to convert into light gray map and then show it in the mobile device. And when it is offline, satellite, hybrid and terrain based maps are not supported. Only when it is online it is supported. And when you are in offline mode, base maps only support zoom levels to 1 to 5 to zoom. Then zoom to data is not supported. There are certain options to zoom to data that is not supported. Then light and dark gray styling themes are not supported. Some default SAP theme is supported. Then opacity is not supported. Then drawing with the lasso tool is not supported. So lasso tool is like you kind of circle it a certain region in the map and the system will try to kind of navigate or kind of filters the data within the circle which you have drawn. So that is the lasso tool. Such drawings is not supported in SAC mobile. It's available only in the desktop. Then advanced legend and tooltips are not supported. And only choropleth layer is supported. R visualization, if you are using the data science language, so it's not supported in mobile. So it's supported in desktop, but not in mobile.
What sets ZaranTech apart in SAP corporate training? It's our unique blend of expertise and innovation. We offer customized courses tailored to each client's needs, ensuring relevant, targeted learning. Our vast trainer database brings you wisdom from the best in the field. Need resources? Access our extensive training material repository anytime. We are all about measurable results, providing detailed student metrics to track progress. And we don't just teach, we build community. Join our thriving social media network, connecting learners beyond boundaries. With ZaranTech, you are not just training, you are transforming your SAP expertise.
Then for hyperlinks, we have limited support. So in case if you have links to another stories and story pages that are kind of navigated through hyperlinks that are supported here. Then with respect to external web pages and links to launch other iOS app, that is also supported. However, there is some restriction, like for tables using the selected dimensions as temporary filter for the destination story in the link, it is not supported. So in case if you want to kind of navigate from the table to another story, when you click some value in the table, the system should launch a URL and kind of go to the next story. Such scenarios are not supported as of now. Then links to story pages that are hidden are not supported. So basically, if you have story pages that are hidden and you kind of add a hyperlink to show the story page, then such scenarios are not supported in mobile. Then for dynamic page and story filters, there is some limited support. So in dynamic story filters, you will not be able to use this last and next values. You can only choose a dynamic difference range. For example, you have put a time filter or date filter. You have like last year, next year, and all such filters are not supported in mobile. However, you can kind of choose different ranges between the dates and see the data. Then with respect to the top N options, top 5 and bottom 5 are available. Custom top N is not available. So this is the restriction. Then bookmarks also, if bookmarks exist, then the user's default bookmark is applied while opening the story. The name of the bookmark is visible in the input control panel. In case if they want to change the default bookmark, you can also change. However, in case if you want to create bookmarks, you should always go to desktop. So creation of bookmarks is not available, but consumption of created bookmarks is available in mobile app. So with respect to discussions or collaboration or commenting, such things are available within the mobile app. Then events it is not available. For example, if you want to create some task within the calendar, such things are not available in mobile. Then saving as a PDF is also not available in mobile. So if you have seen in the story options, we have export as PDF or PPT or Google Slides. So all those options were available in the web page, but mobile app you will not be able to do that export. So that is with respect to the different features that are available for usage and the feature compatibility of different types of features that are available in SAC. So any doubts till now?
No.
Okay. So in case if there is no doubts, then yeah, I think the topic as such we completed. So we have put some references. So in case if you want to kind of see the latest version of features that are available for iOS and for mobile, then Android mobile, then also we have the put references from SAP help document. So you can go through that. So now what we will do is we will take a small break. Then how many of you have iPhone and how many of you have Android?
Android.
Okay.
Right.
Most of you. Everybody's Android?
Pavan?
Yeah, Android.
Yeah.
Akshi also Android?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, fine. Then we'll do one thing. Once we come back from the break, let us download this SAC mobile app from Google Play Store. Then we will try to consume the stories which we created in our exercise. It should be kind of published by SAP SE. Let me know once everyone has downloaded the app.
Tarun, we can see two like SAP Analytics Cloud and SAP Cloud for customer. Okay, it's cloud.
Yeah, SAP
Okay.
Analytics Cloud. You'll have this symbol, this icon.
It's done.
Okay.
I'm just doing for the license.
Others downloaded?
Done.
Yeah. So once you download, just open the app. You will see some end user license agreement and all. Just agree that. I'm also doing in the meantime. I'm doing parallelly. Give me a sec. So once you kind of agree the agreement, what do you see? Enter server URL.
Yes.
So basically, so every time like you kind of uninstall or install app, this is the way you need to add this URL. However, in case if you are using a company published app, like if you are using an Intune version of your app, this URL can be dynamically populated without the user kind of adding it manually. So always the production system URL can be put, and then the MDM management tool is there, mobile development management. So an admin of your company IT department would be able to configure this URL by default, and whenever you open the app, uninstall or install, by default it will have the value populated for the server URL, and it will be kind of navigating you to the production system. So however we kind of download it from our local mobile, and it's from Play Store, so that's why it's asking for URL. So here you need to add the URL for your trial account. So yeah, it's very tough to kind of manually type, so rather it's always kind of good to copy paste. So you copy this, and maybe you can send a link to your mobile through WhatsApp or WhatsApp web, or you can email. So you should copy the URL until .sap, cloud.sap. So try to copy that and paste it in the mobile. So I'm sending through my WhatsApp. I'm opening web version and pasting the URL. Just a second, I'm getting a phone call. Yeah. The next steps is like you paste the URL, then click on connect. So once you click on connect, it will ask you to open by Chrome or any other web application. Then select web browser in your phone, Chrome or any browser which you are using. Then once you kind of open that link in the browser, automatically it will ask for username and password. You should, for email ID and password, you should give the email ID which you have used for signing up the trial account, then the password. So first time you have to add that. Once you kind of log in, then you kind of get a screen to put app password. So this app password is what we will be using going forward. In case if you close the app and open, it will ask only this app password from next step. So finish till that. I'll be back in a moment. Try to set the app password and kind of log in.
When I'm trying to access WhatsApp web, it's showing that you don't have permission to visit this site. I mean, TCS policy and all. Is anybody getting the same issue?
I'll send you on the WhatsApp.
Thank you, ma'am.
After entering email and password, it's saying that ORC links are blocked. Anyone getting the same error?
I'm trying to log in. This I'll tell you after 2 minutes, I guess.
Yeah, I'm back. Tell me. So did everybody finish?
When I entered the URL, it asked me for the email ID and password. I clicked on it, and then it said that ORC linked is blocked, something like that. Then I just click on OK. I again entered the URL, and now it is saying that logon failed, authorization rejected. Please contact your administrator.
Yes, I'm also getting the same thing, authentication error.
Okay. Are you using your company phones?
No.
I am not getting any error, but I am also not able to view anything, right? Like whatever we did in
I was
XFX.
able to log in.
So basically, when you guys enter the URL, it will ask to open next page in a Chrome or browser. So did you
Yeah,
select any browser or something?
I
Because
clicked on no.
if you guys want, I can
A
show.
new browser, like a new browser page, the default browser already opened, and it asked for username and password. I gave
Yes.
that, and
Yeah, which username and password you gave? Email ID. The trial. Yeah,
the trial one.
Yeah. Okay. Then did it log in successfully, the trial account?
For the first time it logged in, then it showed this authentication error. Please contact your administrator and all. Log on failed error. And now after by clicking on this URL, I'm not able to get that page again, like username and password. I guess I'll try to like clear the history and try again.
Yeah, could be also the authentication credentials issue, because Pavan, or who was it? DC was able to log in. I was also able to log in. Can you retry once?
After clearing the history and all.
Yeah, you can also, if you want to erase the memory also, you can uninstall and install, because I just did
Yes.
it. Yeah, as long as you're using your personal device, it should not block anything.
Actually, maybe you have to use like this URL won't work. This URL I got it from this Pavan, and everyone is having, I guess, unique URLs.
Yes, everybody is using unique. Everybody is having unique URL.
Yeah, so I thought that it's still SAP, it should work, but then actually WhatsApp Web is not working for our system. So
Yes.
Okay, what is the other way? I think through Chrome
We
also
have
you
to
can
type
send
it.
the URL to mobile, actually.
I guess we have to type it
You
out.
guys can try Google Lens.
Okay, let me do it.
Maybe Rajni, you need to change only some part of it.
Yeah, the difficult part.
Yeah.
That J and all that. Not an issue. I'll do that.
I think I have found some option. Maybe that could be useful. So when you go to this URL on the top, you have this share option. Here you can do this QR code thing, or you can also, in case if you have mapped your device to your Chrome, I think QR code will be better. You can kind of scan this QR in your camera. I don't know if this will work or not, but let me test it. Yeah, it works actually. Can copy.
Yeah, I'm able to log in now.
Okay. So let me know once everybody has finished that. Until app password, if you have finished, and you can set your app password. What about you, Pawan? Are you able to log in?
Yeah, I am able to log in, but it didn't ask for like the browser option for me.
Okay. What else was the option shown? It didn't even ask our email ID password.
No, it asked for email ID and password, but like I can see only the home page, right? Home page I can see, and I can see everything that was there.
In the browser?
Not browser, I think it's app only.
Home page of the SAC app you are saying?
Yeah.
And what do you see in the home page?
No, my home page, right? SSC home
Oh, you
page.
logged in, then yeah, it is successful, I think.
Yeah.
Your login is successful.
I can see all the stories that.
Okay. Yeah. So let me know once you can see my screen. I got some video where we can kind of navigate together. You can see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
So yeah, this is kind of how the app looks in the tablets. So you see the stories, then you click on the story. Then on the top you have, different options. You can also swipe. So you can swipe and kind of move to different pages. Then yeah, all the charts will align based on the screen size. And you have the filter icon on the top where you can filter the values. So story filters, page filters. You can also manually search the values that are available. So you can also reset the value in case if you want to reset back to the default state. Then navigate in different pages. Then once you click on a chart, you will have these options to kind of filter or to do the full screen. So if you click on full screen, it will show up in the whole screen, the same chart. Then if you have enabled linked analysis, selecting any value, all the charts will kind of adjust to the value selected. And on the top, you see here, you have the values here shown, whatever value you select. This is the full screen mode. different options, sorting, ranking. You can filter, exclude, include. You can also select certain region and then filter. What are the filters are there that are shown here? Yeah, you can swipe and delete existing filters. You can go to the different levels in the hierarchy, country, state, city, region. Yeah, this is the line break which I said. So if you see in the previous value, it's kind of shown more. You can also apply this access break as such. Then it will kind of show it in a single view where it is very kind of easier for the user to understand, look and feel wise. So I'm trying to simulate, but the simulation is not there. But however, the option to kind of view the device preview is shown here. So if you select iOS, you have this optimized iOS option also. Like you want to see how it looks in the new optimized version of the app. For Android, these are the options. Then in the designer panel, we can see you can change the font size with respect to how it should look and kind of adjust how it should be in the mobile screen. So these are the styling options that are available exclusively for mobile as of now. Probably in future they might add more options, but currently only font scale is available.
Can you go back? Like, can you show me that option again? How do you come to this device option?
In the format, you have this device preview.
Okay.
So I can disable certain charts. For example, I disable this chart.
Yeah, even I disabled some, then I was able to load the story.
Yeah, you see the top two charts are gone. Similarly, you can kind of customize how their look and feel should be. And yeah, if you see here from the left to right, whatever I have, the content. So basically the input panel, input controls will not be shown in the mobile. It will be shown under the filter icon. Whereas the other elements from left to right, sales, profit, discount, it will all go one by one vertically. Then next is sales per segment, then sales per location. Similarly, you can define any number of lanes. So if you see this is one lane and this is other lane. So it's always suggested to have more lanes in case if you want to kind of have section wise, KPIs or widgets to be displayed in your mobile. And table, if you see by default, I think I have 4 or 5 columns, but since it's a small phone, only one column is shown in the initial view. But in case if the user wants to see more information, he can click on the table and it will open in the full screen. Then in case if they want to filter, they can click on this chart, it will open in the full screen and select any pi value. For example, this corporate value, and once they select, they will get that filter icon. If they filter, then all the data within this story will be filtered based on this, within this page will be filtered based on the value selected. So this is with respect to the tablet. Then in case if you have created any bookmarks, you can reuse them. You can click on this bookmark ribbon icon. Then yeah, it will show all the bookmarks that are available. So any doubts till now? Also, you see whenever I simulate, it will tell me what are the things that are not supported. You see here clock, smart insights, chart footers, etc., etc. Driver trees, R widgets. Yeah, so I think this is it with respect to mobile. So what I'll do is I'll stop it here. I think we are done with the training. Try to explore the mobile. We will. Thank you.